forward. We have author Rajalakshmi Joshi. We also have senior journalist RK Upadhyay. Good to have both of you on the broadcast with us. RK Upadhyay, I'd like to begin the conversation with you. As I was discussing with my colleague Ritu, this is not the first time that an allegation like this is becoming a big headache for the state government, the BJP government, which is in power in Karnataka. The last time around when an allegation like this was made, the Minister Ishwarappa was forced to step down. This time around, you have a contractor who is saying, let me at least end my life because I can't face this harassment anymore. How bad does it look for the BJP?
Well, I mean, this is really bad that people who have, done some work for the government, they expect the contract amount to be paid immediately. But having said that, see, there are lots of contracts in various departments, like PWD, Excise Department, the RDPR, and they deal in crores and crores of rupees. And it's a known fact that, these payments are delayed. It's not that only during the BJP government it's happening. Even earlier, when the Congress government was there, or even earlier BJP government, it has happened. So that has been the practice. Government doesn't pay the amount immediately. So, I see a pattern in this. I have no, I'm not making any serious allegation against Ms. Basavaraj, but I feel that, there is some kind of a concerted effort to, paint this government as something very corrupt, and every deal you have to pay 40% commission. There is also a possibility that there are some, Congress leaders behind this kind of a campaign. Because, see, it has happened even earlier. It's not that the first time it's happening. And in this case, it is just 84 lakhs. And out of that, 26 lakhs have already been paid. And this is, something that in the deal that happened in 21. So it's just about a year old.
But RK Upadhyay, I don't think the point that the particular contractor is making is about the time. I think it's more about the harassment and the commission that he is being forced to pay. And that becomes a serious allegation because as I said, investigation is a given. That will have to take place. The last time around, you had a minister who was forced to step down. So I'm trying to understand that is there a lot more than what meets the eye currently?
No, absolutely. You see, there should not be any kind of a harassment for people who do the work that for the government, and the payment has to be done. But I mean, in practice, what is happening is that every government is guilty of this. So, I mean, why this rash of cases which are coming out now? I mean, I have a bit of a suspicion about this. I'm just having an open mind on the whole issue. There is no question that, these payments had to be made immediately without demanding any commission because he has, supplied the material and he needs to be paid for that. But why suddenly, case after case, something like this is coming out? I mean, beats the, imagination of people, especially when the elections are just about 6 months away. I mean, that's what I'm trying to point out.
Rajalakshmi, do you agree with the point that RK Upadhyay is making that the timing of when these cases are emerging becomes a bit suspicious?
Yes, definitely. As much as I actually sympathize or empathize with the contractor, I also feel that, there are certain procedures involved, like Mr. Upadhyay was rightly mentioning. Like even if you look at the recent tragedies that have happened, I think there has to be, a certain way of investigating into whether the contractor has done his job, whatever was assigned to him, properly and to the best of quality, etc. So that actually always takes a lot of time. So, there are certain terms and conditions also that have to be fulfilled. And we don't really know what exactly was the reason why the bills were delayed. And also, like Mr. Upadhyay was mentioning, governments come and go. Different parties may be in power, but the bureaucracy always, they remain the same. And the corruption is something that we have been battling with for a long, long time now. And it is not as if the BJP has come and suddenly everything has started becoming corrupt. No, not at all. In fact, this 40% commission that the Congress keeps talking about, people have been saying that this actually was brought into practice by the Congress government. And there have been a lot of...
No, but Rajalakshmi, this is exactly where it gets problematic. RK Upadhyay, the Congress is saying that, when the BJP was in the opposition, they were making all these allegations as far as corruption is concerned. Today, when they're the state government, do they have any moral high ground to say all this is just vendetta politics? Because the opposition is latching onto this very seriously. Look at the campaigns that have been launched by the Congress party, Pay CM, etc. They've had posters all over the state. How problematic or how severe a dent can this cause to the BJP as far as elections are concerned?
This is definitely going to cause some problem because the perception among the people is that this is among the most corrupt government. Mr. Bommai has not been able to shake it off because there has not been any systematic action taken, even in the case of potholes. I mean, he comes and says that we will look into all this. What has happened in the last 10 years? There have been 20,000 crores spent on. Where did the money go? So this he mentioned about 8-10 months ago. What happened to that investigation? Nobody knows. So unless the government also takes some action and shows that it is very serious about taking action in these cases, people remain suspicious of the government's attitude and move towards these kind of cases. So the best thing for the Bommai government to do is, when such complaints come, to act immediately. So they should show that okay, these kind of things have been happening for a long time. We are not the only one who have indulging in this. Even the Congress governments have done. All that is fine. But then you have to show, when you are in government, you have to show that you are taking action. Now, when that lady, tragically died in that accident, the commissioner comes and says, we have to see where, who was at fault, whether she was at fault or was the driver at fault. I mean, what kind of a argument is this? The fault is with the officials who have not maintained the road. So, the action should be taken against officials who have not maintained the roads. So, I mean, if only the government had taken actions against the officials, I would go to the extent of saying that they should have filed murder charges against the engineers who are responsible for these roads. So only then things will start improving. So some kind of a punitive action against people who are responsible for this has to happen from the government side. It's only government which can do, not the opposition.
But I'm also looking at some of the measures that were actually listed out by the Bommai government and by the Chief Minister himself, Raja Lakshmi. And I want to bring you in, and this is what he had said when he was addressing the KSCA's demands, that we're implementing the 5% limit on tender premiums. All bills are being cleared with transparency based on seniority. We fixed rupees 1 crore as the limit for small tender package at the taluk level, and we've also hired a retired judge heading the tender review committee. If all these measures have been taken, where is the lag coming then?
Like I said, it will take some time for the investigation, and we'll have to see where exactly is this thing stuck at. And we don't even know the full credibility of the claims. So I would not want to jump the gun and make some kind of statement here without knowing the exact details about where exactly was this payment stopped. I mean, he has said that the officials have asked for some kind of a commission. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this has actually come from the CM or any of the ministers' side. So we need to see where exactly, what exactly went wrong.
Okay.
So whether there was some discrepancy, whether there was something wrong from the contractor side, what exactly has led to this kind of a delay. Let us wait for some kind of an investigation.
Only an investigation will help us get answers to all these